In today's session, Jason from Scope gets some insight into the agile mindset from George Suarez, an educator, coach, and author. George is the founder of 363 Core Leadership Incorporated, a Perth-based management, education, and coaching practice that specialises in turning business purpose into performance. He has an infinite mindset that works with organisations in their most pressing problems. His agile mind is depicted by a quote from Marcus Aurelius: "What stands in the way becomes the way."
What's agility?
In today's climate,
Yeah.
how important is it? We look at organisations all over the world showing agility, the way they go do business, the way they change the way they do business.
Right.
It's a very important skill to have for leaders.
Right.
And to cut into it a little bit more, an agile mindset is an emotional state that you're in. In a state of mind that you're saying, I'm an infinite mindset, it would be something along the lines, how am I going to have this company in a better place when I leave it one day, if I do leave it? Okay. So it's leaving it in a very good spot. And an agile emotional intelligence would also be part of that agility. Okay. So what's agility? It's about having the vision that you've actually sort of cast to your team. And the vision still stays the same, but the agility would be, what are the plan Bs in the actually strategy that you had to call on in case of an emergency? Okay. But also the agility of your people. Are they able to change direction?
Right.
Okay. And like an old football coach of mine, I played footy, and they like this, 50-kilometre winds, we're kicking against it.
Right.
So the strategy is still win the game. We still had to keep the possession of the ball, but we had to, change the way we play the game. Right. We can't kick it high because the wind will catch the ball and go the other way. Yeah. That's the sort of example that we're talking about agility. It's changing the game plan and having an agile mindset to be able to change the game, and so we can still win the game, still maintain possession and win the game at the end of the day.
Right. So in these challenging times, how does an organisation benefit from this agility mindset?
Okay, good question. This agility mindset is so important these days because if you don't have that, the company can go downwards very, very fast. So what do we do about that? One is to have that emotional intelligence, being on the same level with your team, taking that vision that you've already cast to your team and review it and then recast it again. Right. And reinforce it with your team. It's important that you get your team on board with that vision, collaborate with them. So there's three things you've got to do. Yeah. Make sure you go back to that vision, okay, and revisit that vision and where it is and what would it look like now for your team to be able to go with it. Yeah. Once you've reviewed and recast the vision, the second important point here is to get everybody aligned to it. Right. Okay, because if you don't get them aligned, hey, we won't have a ball game. We're going to be struggling against the wind. Yeah. Okay, and then the third thing that I'll be looking at is the execution of it. Okay, looking at the team. Look how much trust there is in the team. Okay, how much commitment they have, how much passion they have. Yes. Because getting them engaged is one thing. Yes. But having them passionate about what they're doing is something totally different.
Okay, George, thanks very much for giving us some insight into the agility. Now, if you were to give that elevator pitch in 20-odd seconds, what would you say the importance of this agility mindset and how would you summarize it, the key points?
I think key points there would be, it'll be survival versus thriving. Okay. Yes. So surviving is just making do and chugging along and just be along with everybody else's sort of vision. The other way is thriving, coming out of this in a thriving manner. And there's been a few good examples out in the marketplace at the moment with the thriving. Yeah. So I think they're the two key things that I would be saying is that, let's not waste a crisis like this. Yes. Okay. And the important part here is to go back to your vision. Yes. It doesn't have to be that totally different. Yep. But go back. And in that vision, how can we change a few bits
Yes.
Okay, so we can thrive out of it rather than and make use of it, because out of this particular crisis, it could be lots of opportunities that we haven't actually explored because we've been comfortable.
Yes.
So the other part of it is for leaders themselves, it's going to be very tough for them.
Right.
And my take on this is that leadership is not for the faint-hearted.
Yes.
Okay, leadership is about being comfortable, about being uncomfortable.
Yes.
So it's totally uncomfortable, but they are totally comfortable with them.